India and South Africa are believed to have suffered a setback following the appointment of Haroon Lorgat as the chief executive of Cricket South Africa. Almost as if the CSA could be paying the price for defying the BCCI, it has now emerged that the South African Cricket Board's stake in the lucrative Champions League 2020 could be in jeopardy. The BCCI's concerns over Lorgat's appointment were raised at a Champions League T20 meeting in London earlier this week. The meeting was attended by representatives of BCCI, Cricket Australia and CSA, and wasn't a pleasant one. The BCCI said it hadn't ruled out ending the CLT20 association with Cricket South Africa, although South African team's participation was to continue regardless. When CSA announced Lorgat's appointment last week, it had said that it had been under pressure from the BCCI to do otherwise, having gone ahead regardless. CSA and Lorgat said they hoped they could iron out their issues with the BCCI, but had taken offense to Lorgat advocating the decision review system during his tenure as ICC chief, and also the BCCI held him responsible for Eden Gardens losing the 2011 World Cup match between India and England. Also, Lorgat's Wolf report had largely threatened BCCI's hegemony over world cricket. There are enough reasons for CSA to be worried with the recent developments. BCCI's working committee that's meeting on Sunday is expected to finalize its requirements regarding the schedule of India's tour of South Africa. Board's acting president Jagmohan Dalmia maintained the board hasn't sent an alternative itinerary to the CSA yet and was expected to do so only after the meeting. But Lorgat, after taking over as Cricket South Africa CEO, said that he was still not sure what the BCCI's problems with him were, but he wanted to smoothen them out.
Without a doubt, I've got strong relationships with people within the BCCI as well, and I will do my level best to understand what the issues are with those who are not happy with whatever it is with myself personally. If I need to sit across the table, go to India, whatever it takes, I have to say that Cricket South Africa comes first.
Headlines today's correspondent Navneet Prabhu is live with us from the news center. Also joining us from Mumbai is Headlines Today correspondent Ratesh Mandani. I want to come to you first, Ratesh. It's a very crucial decision, and if, like your sources are telling you, the BCCI does decide to exclude CSA from CLT20, how exactly are they going to explain that decision?
Well, the Champions League, for this edition would get underway in October, and at the moment, all the activities that are happening behind the scenes. There was a Champions League meeting in London, which was attended by officials from all the three boards, where Cricket South Africa learned that this plan was being explored by the BCCI. The BCCI, of course, wanting to, hurt the revenue streams of Cricket South Africa. The Champions League stake for South Africa is more important than it would be for India. Of course, the IPL is the whole, money churning exercise for the BCCI. Champions League is just another tournament which Cricket South Africa is part of. So the BCCI are looking to explore all options through which they could hurt Cricket South Africa. There's obviously the dilly-dallying over the scheduling of the tour, which is happening later in the year. The board cannot do away with cancelling that tour because that is obviously part of the FTP, an important tournament. But these are options that are being explored by the board to let the message across to Cricket South Africa, who appointed Haroon Lorgat without the blessings of the BCCI.
Absolutely. In fact, Navneet, it's been no secret that a lot of people within the BCCI and Haroon Lorgat don't really get along. But again, this episode is going to underline how the board of cricket control in India is trying to use its financial might, its clout, to try and bulldoze their way through.
Absolutely, and that was one of the recommendations of the Wolf report last year, which called for better corporate governance practices within the ICC. And this was what exactly got the goat of the BCCI. BCCI feels that not just Cricket South Africa, but other boards want to sort of are against BCCI, want to loosen their stranglehold over the ICC. And coming back to the relation between BCCI and Haroon Lorgat, there is a deep-rooted animosity between the two. Whatever Lorgat might have said after taking over as Cricket South Africa CEO, he wants to sort of smoothen the relation between him and the BCCI, which may not be easy. We know that BCCI is angry over Lorgat for insisting the implementation of the decision review system when he was as the ICC chief, and also sort of insisting on the implementing recommendations of the Wolf report. Also, the third point of sort of an irritation for BCCI was taking away the India versus England match, World Cup match, 2011 World Cup match, which was supposed to be held at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. So that is another reason why BCCI sort of don't see eye to eye with Haroon Lorgat. So it won't be easy for Lorgat or for even for BCCI to accept Lorgat as CEO, as Cricket South Africa CEO.
All right. For now, thanks very much, Navneet Prabhu and Rasesh Madani, for joining us on that story.